What's up, guys? Some prospects like Peyton Manning, Troy Aikman, and Aaron Rodgers were always going to be superstars. None of us were surprised when they turned out to be all-time greats. But some quarterbacks who were supposed to be the next Rodgers, Manning, or Aikman didn't quite pan out. We were oh so confident that the teams found their next great quarterback, but in the end, we simply turned out to be dead wrong. I'm Jason Biondo, and today we present 10 NFL quarterbacks that were supposed to be the next big thing, but flopped. Also, make sure to subscribe and put on your notifications for TPS because we post videos every single day. Every day. Not gonna lie. Every single solitary day. Number 10, Johnny Manziel. Alright, well, okay. Some people weren't high on Manziel, and his scouting report came back with plenty of red flags. But many also thought he was on his way to being a true superstar. Manziel dazzled at the Texas A&M and won the 2012 Heisman Trophy. His incredible scrambling abilities and deep arm made Manziel the hot shot product going into the 2014 draft. The Cleveland Browns took Manziel with the 22nd pick, but his career in the NFL ended almost as quickly as it started. He was spotted partying over and over again, broke team curfew rules, and just didn't seem to take his job very seriously. The Browns gave up and cut Manziel in the 2016 offseason. He sought treatment and announced in 2018 that he's alcohol-free. Manziel now plays in the CFL and is trying to repair his image and football career. It didn't work out in Cleveland, but let's hope Manziel can keep himself clean and find success outside of the NFL. Number 9, David Carr. The good news? David Carr is a Super Bowl 46 champion. However, that came during his time with the New York Giants as Eli Manning's backup. Houston Texans fans only remember Carr as the ultimate draft flop. With the first pick in franchise history, they used the number 1 selection on Carr in 2002. He was a star at Fresno State and had franchise quarterback written all over him. Alright, now Carr cannot bear all the blame here. He was sacked a whopping 76 times in his rookie season. The Texans gave Carr no offensive line and no talent outside of wide receiver Andre Johnson. Carr left Houston after the 2006 season and spent the rest of his career as a backup. You can't help but think that he could have succeeded elsewhere. The Texans still haven't found a franchise QB, unless you're big on Deshaun Watson. Number 8, Rick Mirer. After shining at Notre Dame, Rick Mirer was drafted 2nd overall by the Seattle Seahawks in 1993. Mirer did show some promise in his rookie year, throwing for 2,833 yards and 12 touchdowns, but that actually turned out to be his ceiling. Pretty bad. We know. Mirer just never put it together over the next 3 seasons in Seattle. He was traded to the Chicago Bears in '97. A change of scenery did nothing for Mirer's career. He'd play for 5 more teams after leaving Chicago, but never found success. Mirer finished with 50 career touchdowns and 76 interceptions. Number 7, Andre Ware. The Houston product won the 1989 Heisman Trophy, and he simply had the Detroit Lions at hello. They drafted him 7th overall in 1990, believing their longtime struggles at QB have finally been answered. But, whoops! Ware only started 6 games over a 4-year span in Detroit, totaling 5 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, so the Lions decided he was only good enough to be a backup. Ware tried out for the Rams and the Jaguars, but got cut both times. He'd make the smart call and head to the CFL, winning the 1997 Grey Cup with Toronto. So, you know, at least Ware lived up to his full potential elsewhere, just not with the Lions in the NFL. Number 6, Matt Leinart. The 2004 Heisman Trophy winner was a part of the powerhouse USC football team that claimed the 2003 and 2004 AP National Championship. Leinart racked up several awards and pieced together what surely was a fancy trophy room in his home. The Arizona Cardinals drafted Leinart with the 10th selection in 2006. Leinart suffered a broken collarbone in his sophomore year, and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner came off the bench to eventually become the starting quarterback. Warner wouldn't relinquish the starting gig, while Leinart would go on to find backup gigs in Houston and Oakland, but he was out of the NFL after the 2012 season. Number 5, Art Schlichter. Drafted 4th overall by the Colts in 1982, Schlicky seemed like a sure thing in the NFL. It was a no-brainer draft choice for the Colts. But he simply wasted his career with gambling addictions. He quickly blew his $350,000 signing bonus, lost thousands in gambling on college football and basketball games. It was reported that he once racked up a debt of $700,000. The Colts cut ties with Schlichter after the 1985 season. He went to the Arena Football League and found success there, but folks really only remember him for being the ultimate QB draft bust. Number 4, Robert Griffin III. I feel bad for this one because he actually would have been really good. The Indianapolis Colts had the first pick in 2012, and they wisely selected the future Pro Bowler and world-class signal caller Andrew Luck. The Washington Redskins made a big trade with the St. Louis Rams to obtain the number 2 pick. They selected 2011 Heisman Trophy winner Robert Griffin III, believing his dual threat game would turn their fortunes around. Well, Griffin's first season in Washington was a major success. He led them to the NFC East Division title and was named 2012 Offensive Rookie of the Year. Sadly, it was all downhill from there. Griffin sustained a series of knee injuries as head coach Mike Shanahan kept playing RG3 even when he wasn't healthy. And now this is more on the Redskins coaching staff and front office than on Griffin himself. They simply ruined his career. It was not fair. Honestly, I'm actually still upset about this because he totally had so much potential to win a Super Bowl, to be great. Griffin signed with the Baltimore Ravens to be a third string QB in 2018, but we all know he's done as a starter. Number 3, Tim Couch. Timmy Couch. The Cleveland Browns drafted Tim Couch first overall in 1999. It was Cleveland's first year back in the NFL after their previous team had moved to Baltimore a few years earlier, so many viewed Couch as a great gift for the city. But the 1998 SEC Player of the Year was a total bust in the NFL. He recorded just 22 wins against 37 losses in his career. Couch tossed 64 touchdowns and 67 interceptions. He only played with the Browns until the 2003 season and was out of the league soon after. Couch is among the many Cleveland Brown draft busts. But unlike the others in recent years, this guy was supposed to be the next big thing. Well, aren't they all? Number 2, Jamarcus Russell. One of the greatest dual threat quarterbacks ever seen in college, the 6'6", 260-pound Russell had the skill to be something else. The Oakland Raiders drafted the LSU product with the first overall pick in 2007, and now's a good time to point out that Calvin Johnson and Joe Thomas, both bound for the Hall of Fame, went second and third that draft. For Russell, he just couldn't translate to the NFL level. A lack of supporting cast and poor coaching didn't really help. He posted a 7-18 record over a 3-year span, completing 18 touchdowns and 23 interceptions. Russell was out of the NFL after the 2009 season, and a comeback attempt was unsuccessful some years later. Oakland had to wait 7 years to finally get its next franchise QB, Derek Carr, although that hasn't worked out very well. Number 1, Ryan Leaf. The 1998 draft featured 2 generational can't-miss quarterback prospects in Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf. Manning told the Indianapolis Colts to take him with the first overall pick or else he'd kick their butts every time they played. They wisely took him, and he led the franchise to the greatest stretch run since relocating from Baltimore to Indy. The San Diego Chargers traded up to land the number 2 pick, and they would use it on Leaf. But instead of turning into a superstar, Leaf wound up being the greatest draft bust of all time. Leaf was a loose cannon. He often snapped at reporters and prioritized golf over studying with the team. Former teammate Rodney Harris was highly critical of Leaf, who became a huge problem in the locker room. Leaf missed his sophomore year with a shoulder injury and was cut by the Chargers after the 2000 season. He was out of the NFL for good shortly after. What other quarterbacks were supposed to be the next big thing but flopped? Join us in the comment section below. Make sure to follow myself and Total Pro Sports on social media. We post great content all the time. Funny tweets, good Instagrams. Go follow us. And if you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button really helps us out. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Click the like button. Just one little click. That's all you gotta do. And of course, if this is your first time coming around TPS, make sure to subscribe. It's a great idea. There's a button right down there. The red button. Click it. Click the red button. Do it. Subscribe. Subscribe. Do it. You get to see more of me. Do it. Come on. But as always, thanks for watching. I'm Jason Biondo, and I'll see you later.
My knee.